Well, howdy, everybody. Just the word alone makes it feel like a Western evening. Good to see all you guys here. I hope that, listen, we have a lot of Western attire out there. We have some 10-gallon hats, I think, and our little ones have some 10-pint hats, I think, and a few guys need a 15-gallon hat, but that's just between you and me. I won't necessarily point you out or anything. Nice to have you here. In terms of Western attire, I did live in Texas my whole life until the church asked me to come to Missouri. So my skin qualifies as Western attire. However, I thought that was a bit insufficient, so I am wearing my Texas A&M shirt. Any Aggies out there? Well, apparently folks somewhat knowledgeable about Texas A&M, but maybe not some Aggies. Tonight they asked me perhaps between some of the acts to maybe say a few words here and there. They maybe tell some jokes. The problem is I don't really know any jokes. I do, though, coming from Texas A&M, know several true stories. So perhaps during some of the acts tonight I might tell some of those true stories and teach you some of the things they learned to me. I can talk proper at Texas A&M. So, and someone, and this isn't rude. I am an Aggie. So anyway, I am very excited about the lineup we have tonight. We have a lot of talented folks that have put their soul, their complete being into creating something for all of you to enjoy. So with that in mind, we want to mention a little bit of audience etiquette. And that is that during a performance, we would prefer you to please remain seated if you can. If you have to get up, like say your left foot catches fire or something like that, just try to hop out quietly wherever you need to go. But by all means, if you can, please walk out during my true stories as opposed to the actual performances. They would appreciate that kindness. So let's practice failing at that. So I'm going to pretend I'm one of the performers, and then I need some people while I'm performing to kind of volunteer to stand up like you're going to leave. You ready? Okay, hang on. Wait until it looks like I'm performing, which is it right now. Ready? Nobody wants that to happen to any of our performers. So a little fun show etiquette would be appreciated if you could please reserve your entrances and exits for in between the performances. Speaking of performances, y'all have heard enough from me. I am very much interested in seeing our first performance tonight, performing a piano piece for us entitled Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Please help me welcome Miss Janet Powers. Very nice. Very nice. Were some of you tempted to get up and do a little boogie during that? Yeah, I would have. We could cut a little rug. All right. They're getting things arranged up here for our next performance. It's not really a performance, actually, that we have coming up, but they are going to need the space on this. By the way, you haven't been up here. It looks like a giant cow's back up here. If you're up here, it's like a Jersey cow, black and white. That was a huge cow. No, Jersey, I'm sorry, what? Holstein. Well, Texas A&M is agriculture and mechanics, where I majored in math. So it's I'm just happy I didn't say a German Shepherd. I think there's a German Shepherd skin up here. Wow. Before I say anything else and embarrass myself, let me go ahead and begin discussing the next thing. Again, this is not a performance. Really think of it more as a service we thought we'd provide to you, because some of you may not realize some of the talent you have in your area. Most people are not aware that we have a group of fashion designers right here in the Kansas City congregation. They're here tonight to present their latest fashions, and after the show, they'll be available to take orders from anyone wishing to purchase a design from their latest collection. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Vintage Ladies Fashion Show for your enjoyment. Gardening, anyone? Don't be afraid to get dirty in these bib overalls, accompanied by a 10-gallon hat to protect you from the sun.
Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
The authentic rake is optional. Even if it's raining cats and dogs, you'll stay dry in this fashionable raincoat.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love.
That lady clubbed me with a poodle. No animals were harmed in the making of that raincoat. Our next model is sporting the fashion trend of the 70s, bell bottoms and halter top. Let's hope the fashion trends of that time don't make a comeback.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius.
Moonwalking, that was the 80s, I think. I didn't notice, you notice the halter top? Get it? Yeah, I didn't see that the first time. All right. I'm not a fashion guy, though. Fashion isn't, I don't normally keep up with the New York trends. Hey, put your feet up and take it easy in this designer house dress and house shoes. That looked mighty comfortable. You can also consider relaxing in this utterly fantastic muumuu, an original from the Hawaiian Islands. Very nice. You know, it wasn't just the outfit that got me. It was the moving performance. Tea, anyone? How about a tea-length dress for those afternoon garden parties? Don't you just love the beehive hairdo?
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out.
That was the best My Little Teapot I have ever seen. Well, here's something a little more formal for stepping out for the evening. A 14-karat gold dress with full-carat matching jewelry. And folks, it's real. Actually worth about as much as the real thing, but real. And finally, oh, wait, is that right? Oh, no. Here's something a little more. No, we just did that. Sorry about that. And finally, for an elegant evening on the town, the latest in bareback dresses.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Yeah, with just the bare necessities of life.
Yeah, man.
I think for fathers of teenage daughters, that will be rentable with real live bears on the back. How about one more round for our fashion designers? All right. A story from Aggie Land, and we do fondly refer to it as Aggie Land. We don't often call it Texas A&M amongst ourselves. You might have heard about it in the news. Anybody watched the news recently? I won't ask you which station you watch to get your unbiased news. We don't want any knife fights or guns pulled out or anything. We don't really get into all of that. But some of you may have heard about it on the news at the campus of Texas A&M, the skeleton that they found in that one closet. Anybody remember that? There was just an old dorm that nobody really goes into all that often, and they went and checked it out and opened the door, and there was a huge skeleton there. Nobody? It was the hide-and-go-seek champion of 1898. So. Okay. Thank you. I never went in that dorm when I was there. I mean, it just smelled, you know. There was just something about it. All right. For our next performance, actually, it looks very nice. I need to read these programs more often. Performing a song titled "To Make You Feel My Love." Hope you please help me welcome Miss Sarah Manning and Mr. Tom DeSimone on guitar to make you feel my love.
shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears. I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. Doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue. I'd go crawling down the avenue. There is nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me. Make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.
That was beautiful. Very nice. Before our next performance, something a little more personal from Texas A&M. You know, I was actually attending Texas A&M when I began attending the church. And does anyone remember in the church? Because I think it caused a big controversy. I think they talked to Mr. Ames. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember who it was. But you remember hearing about the three Aggies that went to Mr. Ames claiming to be the two witnesses? Yeah. Three math majors, I think, actually, in my department. Anyway, our next performance promises to be something a little somber, perhaps, you know, to continue with the theme that we had. Maybe, you know, kind of keep things mellow, keep them cool, baby. Looks going to be real nice. Something titled Four Chord Songs. Please help me welcome to the stage Mr. Michael Cassie and, again, Mr. Tom DeSimone.
Hey, Tom. Tom, you know the rules. No stairway.
Oh, yeah, forgot. Hey, Mike, you know, I was thinking the other day,
Yeah, Tom.
you hear all these songs on the radio, and I have a theory.
Okay, what's that?
I think every song is only made with four chords.
Four chords?
Yeah,
What four chords?
four chords. 1, 2, 3.
I
Any song, billions of songs.
I can't think of a single song that has any of those four chords at all. Maybe I'm
There's
losing
billions,
imagination.
trust me.
Okay, well, you're going to have to play me at least one, and maybe I'll think of one.
All right.
I don't know.
I'll play one. I can think of one right now, as a matter
All right,
of fact.
let's hear it.
You've probably heard this on the radio.
All right.
and I won't hesitate no more.
I have heard that one. Okay.
It cannot wait. I'm yours.
Somewhere over
There you
the
go.
rainbow, way up high.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right there waiting for you.
My love is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel. Of this I'm sure.
If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will
Hey,
go.
hold on. Sounds like a bunch of stalker music. I'm gonna go wherever you go. Do we have any other genres of music to go with these
Any
four chords?
genre, any song, 4 chords.
All
that's
right,
it.
well, we got a Western theme here tonight. How about country?
All right, country. Here we go.
Prove it. Millions of songs.
I want to spend the rest of my life with you by my side forever and ever.
Country roads take me home
To the place I belong.
Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should've.
Could have been easier on you. I could have changed though I wanted to. Could have been easier about 3. My old friend fearing you and me.
She took the midnight train, living in a lonely world.
She took the midnight train going anywhere. And she will be loved. Yes, she will be loved.
Nothing's right, I'm torn, I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm shamed, lying broken on the floor.
Illusions never changed into something real.
I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is forever young.
I want to be forever young, lost and insecure. You found me lying on the floor. You found me.
Hold on a second. Everybody's lying on the floor in all these songs.
I don't know, like maybe they're bored.
Bored?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we need to go. Double time! Save tonight.
Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone.
Take on me,
Take on me,
take me on.
take on me.
I'll be gone in a day or two.
And can you feel the love tonight? Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. And I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
I can't live with or
And
without
I'm
you.
asking him to change his ways.
People living, people dying, children hurt, you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Nobody wants to see us together, but it don't matter, no.
When I find myself in times of trouble, well, the mirror comes to me saying,
No woman, no cry.
but it's too late.
No woman, no cry. I said it's too late to apologize. I said it's too late
There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I guess the rain's down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do those things we never have. Ooh.
See, I told you.
No, I guess you did. That's good job.
Now, it's my understanding that copies of this performance will be desired by virtually everyone in the audience. However, it's not necessary. Just simply kick up the Sirius XM radio and take your fingers and go, you know, through the channels, and you generally generate the same effect. Well, hey, all right. Hey, well, I could do this. Hey, everybody. While they're setting up for the next skit, I was going to perform one of the tricks I learned at A&M. I wouldn't call them magic because, of course, we know magic. We don't do magic, but I have to warn you, it is an incredibly powerful illusion. But don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. It's all just simply a trick. It's all simply just fooling you through the amazing prestidigitation, whatever that word is, that I learned while at Texas A&M, but I need your help because I don't have my soundtrack. The soundtrack for this particular trick is the Russian sailor dance. Does anyone know the Russian sailor dance? Anybody? You know. Oh, okay. Hey, Richard does. You know, his music goes, you know, hey, right? We all know that? All right. So I'll get you going, and I'll perform the trick, the amazing trick, but don't be scared. When you see it and you're astounded, don't go running or anything like that. Just sit and just be patient. It's okay. It's going to be all right. So I'm going to get you going, okay, and I'll perform the trick. So we all ready? Russian sailor, dancing sailor, Russian music. All right, here we go. Now, I know you have no idea how I did that, but talk about it later. Get together in groups. We'll form some groups and give you some facilitators, and y'all try to figure it out and draw up a report, and we'll take a look. We actually have another performance, believe it or not. Coming up next, more singing. I have been looking forward to this since I saw it on the list. Performing a song, we'll be seeing actually quite a crew. Shannon, Dustin, Missy, and Dalton Crystal, as well as Mr. Lloyd McGill and Mr. Gene Hilthrop, will be performing Sold Grundy County Auction. Please help me welcome them to the stage. Oh, there they are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we'd like to auction off. I'd like to welcome you all to the Grundy County auction, and we'd like to auction off tonight a fine young 500-pound bull. We'll start the auction off tonight at $1,000, but if we can't get that, we'll start it at $10. So who'll give me $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10? Who'll give me 5, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 45, 55, 55.
Well, I went down to the Grundy County auction. I saw something I just had to have. My mind told me I should proceed with caution, but my heart said go ahead and make a bid on that. And I said, hey, pretty lady, won't you give me a sign? I'll give anything to make you mine on. I'll do your bidding and be at your beck and call. Hey, I've never seen anyone looking so fine. Man, I gotta have it, she's a one of a kind. Going once, going twice. Sold an lady in the second row. She's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10. I know what she got, red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes. Now I'm about to bid my heart goodbye. Well, the auctioneer was going about a mile a minute. He was taking bids and calling them out loud. And I guess I was really getting in it. My heart just sounded out above the crowd. And I sing, hey, pretty lady, won't you give me a sign? I'll give anything you make your mind all mine. Hear your bidding and be at your beck and call. Hey, I've never seen anyone looking so fine. Man, I gotta have it, she's one of a kind. Going once, going twice. Sold a lady in a long black dress. When she won my heart, it was no contest. With the rude red lips, black hair, brown eyes. Now I'm about to bid my heart goodbye. Well, the auction block and I haul her all the way. And we still look and laugh about the way we met that day. And I sing, hey, pretty lady, won't you give me a sign? I'll give anything you make your mind all mine. Do your bidding and be at your beck and call. Hey, I've never seen anyone looking so fine. Man, I gotta have it, she's a one of a kind. I'm going once, going twice. So, the lady in the second row, she's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10, I know. She's got ruby red lips, black hair, brown eyes. Now I'm about to bid my heart goodbye.
Wow. That was the single most realistic cow depiction I have ever seen in my life. Now, I hope y'all are keeping score at home. How many humans depicting cows have we had tonight? All I know is, if one comes up wearing gold, Mr. Ames does have Mr. Meredith on his speed dial, I think. So, some of you get that. You get it? Right? Golden. Someone got that slowly, but they did get it. Okay, all right. Looks like we are just about set up. Not even close. All right. I do have, by the way, the name of the amazing illusion I performed a while ago was called The Fingers of Destiny. I have another one called The Rings of Destiny, but I need more help. So, how many remember the incredibly complex Russian sailor dance, sailor music, Russian music earlier? Do you remember? We need to go over it again? Okay, remember the first part was ya-na-na-na-na-na, right? Okay, here we go. So while they're doing this, if you can see, I will perform the Rings of Destiny. Here we go. Hey, thank you. Okay, that's really it. That's it. Thank you very much. And again, for perhaps small fee, $50 or so, I will explain to you how I perform those tricks, because they say you don't normally explain, but you know, cash always works. All right, are we really good now? Just about. All right, looks like we're good. Well, it's been at first. How many of you had a good time tonight so far? Me too. I don't anticipate that changing anytime soon. Please help me welcome up to the stage quite a number of people. Mr. Jacob Wilson, Michael Wright, Ronald Wilson, Burl Wilson, Annette Wright, Asa Wright, Michelle Wright, a lot of the right people, and Geraldine Wilson. Help me welcome the Living Hoots.
Howdy, y'all. We ready? Let's kick her off. Wish that I was on a rocky top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no
Hi, Mike. I was driving down the road the other day, and you know, I saw a little old strawberry just crying her eyes out.
Why were they crying, Jake? Why were they crying?
Well, I stopped by, and she said her parents were in a jam. Hey, Mike. You know that weasel I bought the other day for a pet named him Elmer?
Yep.
Well, I left him at home. All day long, he got into my cabinet. He ate a whole bag of unpopped popcorn. I had to take him to the vet.
Well, what'd the vet say?
Well, the vet said, don't take him out in the sun.
Pop goes the weasel.
You guys are so corny.
Fruits of their labor is worth more than their pay, and it's time that few of them are recognized. Hello, Pinjoy, auto worker, let me thank you for your time. You work a 40-hour week for a living, just to send it on down the line. Hello, Pittsburgh steel mill worker, let me thank you for your time. You work a 40-hour week for a living, just to send it on down the line. This is for the one who brings the hammer, driving home the nails, for the one behind the counter, ringing up the sales, for the one who fights the fire, the one who brings the mail, for everyone who works behind the scenes. You can see them in the morning, in the factories and the fields, in the city streets and the quiet country towns, working together like spokes inside a wheel. They keep this country turning around. Hello, Kansas, Wheatfield farmer, let me thank you for your time. You work a 40-hour week for a living, just to send it on down the line. Hello, West Virginia coal miner, let me thank you for your time. You work a 40-hour week for a living, just to send it on down the line. This is for the one who drives the big rig up and down the road, for the one who's in the warehouse bringing in the load, for the waitress, the mechanic, the policeman on patrol, for everyone who works behind the scenes, with a spirit you can't replace, with no machine. Hello, Living Church of God, brethren, let us thank you for your time.
Y'all come back now, you hear? Hello. Mr. Wright would like to report that his bottle was not actually full of moonshine. He did want to make sure that we were aware. While they're moving things around and setting up, I thought I'd tell you the story of my roommate at college. I had one roommate for most of the time I was there in my last semester. I got a new roommate, and the roommate, everybody called him Old Joe. And I understood because he did look older. He clearly was older than most college students. But what I was impressed with was how popular he was. Everybody knew Old Joe. Everybody loved him. Come to find out he had a history there. Old Joe had been going to Texas A&M for 17 years. He had gone there the whole time and had never actually earned his degree. just kind of plodding along, had a hard time passing some of his classes. But it was so popular, everybody loved him, and I was inspired. I thought, old Joe needs a shot. He needs a chance. And so I kind of started a petition, and we got things going, and asked the board of directors there at Texas A&M if they would somehow be able to give old Joe a shot. Let him finally get his degree. All of the Aggies at Texas A&M were behind this, and you know what the board was too? Because they liked old Joe. You couldn't not like old Joe. And so they made this plan to get together, and come to find out, they were going to just sit one professor from each department at a table to quiz him orally, and if he could answer the questions, he was going to get his degree. And word started to spread. It was coming up in January. And so as it was coming, everybody started rooting for him and just, Joe, this is amazing. And word spread, Aggies from all over the country, graduates, were starting to come to Texas A&M to see old Joe finally get his degree. And Joe himself was studying. Oh, he was studying hard. He worked hard trying to memorize the whole internet, and he would go in the library and read books, which he had never really done before, but he was determined. He was determined to get it right. And they finally realized, maybe I'll let him have an open book exam. So sure enough, he had the Encyclopedia Britannica, Field and Stream magazines back from the 1800s. He had every resource he could, and it actually got to be so popular that they actually had his quiz at the football stadium so that you could fit 40,000 people to see old Joe finally earn his degree. And they had satellite institutions. Aggies in China got together so they could watch on the screen. Everybody wanted to see old Joe get his degree. They had old Joe sitting right there. You have the 50 degree, listen to me, play football a lot. You have the 50-yard line. That's the joke, right? 50-yard line. And then 5 yards from that, 45 yards, they had old Joe there with all his reference books stacked around just ready. And then 5 yards on the other side, you had the table with all the professors. You had physics professors, biology professors, Shakespeare professors. The guy looked kind of funny. But still, you had all the professors there. And it was so quiet. So quiet because we were just rooting for Joe. In our minds, we're thinking, Joe, you can do it. And finally, the professor, the professor said, it was the president of the university, stood up and addressed old Joe. We're looking forward to this. We're looking forward to it for a long time. We all want you to earn this degree. And what we decided to do is we just came up with one question. And if you can answer this one question, you will earn a degree from Texas A&M University. And we were excited. Just one question. Wow, it just seemed so dramatic. It seemed like it's so, it's just almost like a movie. We're watching a movie. And you can tell, Joe, he's thinking, all right, okay. He says, well, I believe I'm ready and I believe I'm prepared. What's your question? And so the president says, well, we've tried to put together a question that we felt would encompass all of our disciplines at once. So we'd like you, please, to tell us, what is 2 plus 2? And Joe puts his head like, I skipped that. I know. I just seemed like it was so much. I thought the even numbers, maybe I could skip to make room for other things. So he's going through the books and he's looking, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2. Can't find anything. Gets the dictionary. Looks at the number 2. Doesn't help at all. Gets on the internet. Types 2 plus 2. Just, you wouldn't believe the stuff that comes out. Wikipedia had nothing. So he thought, I know the answer is not Godzilla. I know it's this. What am I going to do? So after 14 hours, all of us in the stands had just been saying, come on, Joe, 2 plus 2. We all know 2 plus 2. And then people are holding up their kids. My kid knows it, Joe. Someone let my kid go down to help old Joe. And so finally he's exhausted. The books are open all over the table, and he's mopping the sweat off. He's drenched in his own perspiration. And he finally stands up and says, honored professors of Texas A&M University, I have put my all into answering this question. And while I feel I have learned a great deal, I don't know that I will successfully complete the task you have given me. But I do thank you for the opportunity, and I will now give you the best answer I have. Before all my brother and sister Aggies, and you here, I am ready to state my firm belief that 2 plus 2 is 4. And all the Aggies all over the world, everybody in the stands stood up and said, give him another chance! Give him another chance! So, thank you. Now, you can debate later whether the long drawn out was really worth the wait for that. But I do miss old Joe. I do miss old Joe. we have actually a performance coming up that I have been looking forward to. I love being in the area in Kansas City. It was a wonderful way in terms of starting our service in God's work, and got to know so many people in different areas, and have not had the chance to hear this person perform much since then, and that makes me sad, but I'm going to get to hear it today. If you would please help me welcome, performing a song titled Up to the Mountain, Miss Terry Dorothy.
That's a hard act to follow.
I could see all around me, everywhere. I could see all around me, everywhere. Sometimes it feels like I never been nothing but tired, and I'll be working till the day I expire. So sometimes I lay me down. No more can I do. Oh, but then I go on again, because you asked me to. Oh, but sometimes I look down, afraid I will fall. And then go, Lord, telling me softly you love me so.
Another round for Miss Dorothy. All right, moving from that beautiful performance, we move on to some drama. The following skit will be performed. It's titled, very dramatically, "There's a Hole in My Bucket." Dun, dun, dun. actually says that already. Dun, 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 it really actually doesn't. But performing a skit titled There's a Hole in My Bucket. Please help me welcome Keith and Jackie Cooper.
Henry? Henry? Henry, go fetch me some water. We need to clean up this place.
With what shall I fetch it, Liza?
Why, in your bucket, of course, dear Henry.
But there's a hole in my bucket, Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
Then mend it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then mend it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Mend it.
With what shall I mend it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I mend it, dear Liza? With what?
With some straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With some straw, dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw.
But the straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long.
Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what?
With a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry. A knife.
But the knife is too dull, dear Liza, dear Liza. The knife is too dull, dear Liza, too dull.
Then sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Hone it.
With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what?
With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry. A stone.
But the stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry.
Then wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry. Wet it.
With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what?
Try water, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Try water. Henry, dear Henry. Water.
With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza? With what?
With a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry. A bucket.
But there's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
Then fix it.
That was like a flashback. Hey, everybody, how are you? Good to be here. I do hope a couple knows Mr. Milich is available for counseling if they need it. I have my last amazing trick for the night is the Cards of Destiny. The Cards of Destiny. And for this, I will need a volunteer who will be able to stand on stage. Oh, boy. Very tempting. Where's my plant? Where's that? I mean, where's this random person? No, how about you, young lady? You come on up. Come up the stairs. Oh, no, don't, go around the side. OSHA's watching. All right. Now, you and I haven't coordinated this ahead of time, right? Good. All right. I'm going to show you some cards. I want you to pick one, but don't show me the card, okay? Go ahead and pick a card. All right. Don't show me. Don't show me. You can tell me, but don't show me. No, don't show me. Now, turn around and face the audience and show them the card. It's a large card. Hold it up real high so they can see it. All right. Now, y'all, just keep looking at the audience. Keep looking at the audience. Is this your card? This is not your card? All right. The card of destiny trick requires the use of the blanket of destiny. Is my wife around? All right. Hold on to be even more amazed in a moment as my wife brings the blanket of destiny. Just stay there. You're doing great. Is this close to your card? Thank you, the card trick of destiny, and to my volunteer. Thank you, Meredith. We appreciate that. Don't try these things at home. I'm a trained professional. Coming up to our final performances tonight, this is officially the part where you go, our next performance comes from a gentleman I enjoy the opportunity to get to hear sing at preteen camp in Missouri every once in a while. Please help me welcome performing Smile, Mr. Jacob Wilson.
You're better than the best. I'm lucky just to linger in your light. Cooler than the flip side of my pillow. That's right. Completely unaware. Nothing can compare to where you send me. Lets me know that it's okay. Yeah, it's okay, and the moments where my good times start to fade. You make me smile like the sun, fall out of bed, sing like a bird, dizzy in my head, spin like a record, crazy on a Sunday night. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just the thought of you can drive me wild. Oh, you make me smile. Even when you're gone, somehow you come along just like a flower popping through the sidewalk crack. And just like that, you steal away the rain, and just like that, you make me smile like the sun, fall out of bed, sing like a bird, dizzy in my head, spin like a record, crazy on a Sunday night. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just
Just the thought of you can drive me wild. Oh, you make me smile. Don't know how I lived without you, 'cause every time that I get around you, I see the best of me inside your eyes. You make me smile. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just the thought of you can drive me wild. You make me smile like the sun, fall out of bed, sing like a bird, dizzy in my head, spin like a record, crazy on a Sunday night. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just the thought of you can drive me wild. Oh, you make me smile. Oh, you make me smile. Oh, you make me smile.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson. You know, it's just not fair, Mr. Millich. Missouri has a lot of concentrated talent. I really think there ought to be some sort of church requirement that you sort of put them on circuits. The rest, I think, could you work on that? I would greatly appreciate it. He's not nodding or anything. Okay, he's not really going for that. And I say that because our next performer tonight is another example of just the wonderful talent you guys have here in the Missouri area. Performing a song I think a lot of us are familiar with, Georgia on My Mind. Please help me welcome Mr. Shannon Crystal.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps it Georgia on my mind, on my mind. I said, Georgia, ooh, Georgia, song for you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song, Georgia on my mind. Oh, just an old sweet song, it's Georgia on my mind.
You know, when I started giving Mr. Kressel singing lessons, I really didn't realize he would take off. Oh, no, that hurts. That really hurts that you would assume that would not. Okay, it wasn't the case. I'm sorry, it's not. But beautiful. Thank you so much, Mr. Kressel. Always nice. Buy that man a Dr. Pepper. Somebody. He works for Coke, just so you know. That's I said that. We're down to the last song. I hope not only for the performers tonight, but for those behind the scenes who work so hard to put everything together. If you would, you've seen them running around here. There's a guy up here right now. How about a round of applause? Actually, some of those who have worked so hard on the evening tonight are going to be in our last performance. Coming to the stage, performing Lean on Me. Please help me welcome David and Sarah Manning and Tom and Melissa DeSimone.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for it will fill those of your needs that you don't let show. So call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. When you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long I'm right up your road, and I'll share your load. If you just call me, call me,
Just call me
call me,
anytime
call me.
when you need a friend.
Just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Yeah, we all need somebody to lean on.
That it was live. Hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. How about one more for all of our performers?